Welcome back to Roses for Adventure. My name is Sonia and today I'm going to share with you what to do on a sea day with kids, just as adults, all of the fun things there are to do on board when you are in the middle of the sea. Let's see what we've got for you today. But before we get started, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we post a new video. Also, if you find this video helpful or informative in any way, hit that thumbs up button and like this video. Also, leave your comments down below. We would love to hear from you what your favorite things are to do on board a cruise ship on a sea day. Let's get into it. Now, first things first, when we have a sea day, we like to wake up at a reasonable time, not too late, and go grab some breakfast. Our favorite place to grab breakfast is probably Johnny Rockets. Most people don't realize, but Johnny Rockets on board Royal Caribbean ships is actually free for breakfast. They do charge for lunch and dinner, and there are a few items on their menu that do cost extra money for breakfast, but those are noted very clearly on their menu. So, head to Johnny Rockets for breakfast. It's usually not very crowded, and we like it on board any of the Oasis class ships because it is on the boardwalk. So we get to sit out in the fresh air and enjoy the beautiful Caribbean. Now you can also head to places like the Windjammer or the main dining room. If you do head to the main dining room or places like Coastal Kitchen, if you are a suite member or a Pinnacle member, then keep in mind that those places do take some extra time. We like to get to the pool as soon as possible so that we can get ourselves a lounge chair or two. It gets very crowded, and unfortunately people like to reserve pool chairs even though they are not there. So you will see this very commonly, that people will put their towels over a chair and then head over to breakfast. Now, Royal Caribbean has gotten better at this, where they have a towel attendant that will come around and collect those towels from unoccupied chairs and just leave all of your belongings at the towel stations. Like I said, it has become a problem that people feel so entitled to reserve chairs while they're at breakfast and not even utilizing the chairs. We saw it on our last cruise where somebody had reserved a chair for 2 or 3 hours before they were even there. Meanwhile, there are families with small children walking around trying to find a lounge chair. So keep in mind to be kind to your fellow cruisers. So as I said, they do have towels on board. You will need to scan your SeaPass card when you get a towel from the towel station, and then they will scan it when you give it back. This is just to ensure that you are not taking these towels home with you, and if you do lose one of their towels, they do charge you. So keep that in mind and keep track of the towels that you reserve. Once you grab your towel, you can pick from one of 4 pools on board the Oasis class ships and many of the other class ships on Royal Caribbean. They have a beach pool, a sports pool, a kids splash area, so many options to choose from, so you pick which works best for your family or just where there are chairs available. When we head to breakfast in the morning, we make sure to pack our backpack for the day. So if we're going to go straight from breakfast to the pool area, we want to make sure that we have our sunscreen, our goggles, our towel bands, which are great, or you can use those towel clips to keep your towel on your chair. It does get pretty breezy on board when you have a sea day. Also things like your books or Kindles, sunglasses, anything you might need when you're on deck. We like to head out to breakfast and then stay out of our stateroom for a while so that our stateroom attendant can clean our room while we're out. And don't forget to grab your ducks so that you can hide ducks on board while you're wandering around the ship. So if you have kids with you, they do have a great splash pad area with some smaller slides, more geared towards kids under the age of 10. And then they do have big water slides on board the Harmony, which we were just on board. It was called the Perfect Storm. They had 3 different water slides that you could choose from, and one that my kids loved to call the toilet bowl, which was very interesting. You go down and then kind of around this little bowl. It was super fun to watch. Otherwise, they have 2 slides that you can race each other on, which was also a lot of fun. Keep in mind that you do need to be 48 inches or taller to go on those water slides. Now, after you hit the water slides a few times, go head back to the back of the ship and get yourself an ice cream cone. They're free, and there's usually a line, so you want to get there fairly early. Then, after your ice cream, keep heading back to the back of the ship and you can hop on the Flow Rider. They have lessons that you can take, which I believe are an additional charge, or you can do a boogie board style or surfboard style on these Flow Riders. It is so much fun and entertaining to watch. You do need to be 52 inches to ride on the boogie board Flow Rider, and you need to be 58 inches tall to do the surf simulator. Also, back near the Flow Rider, there's also a lot of other fun things to do for you and your family. They have things like a basketball court where they host different sporting events like soccer. We had an archery competition, pickleball, a basketball tournament, and many more. So keep watching your cruise compass. Make sure you download the Royal Caribbean app so that you can stay updated on all of the things that are happening around the ship. There are also quite a few table tennis or ping pong tables near the basketball courts back there, which is so nice because they're in their own little enclosed area. So when you hit your ping pong ball and it goes off of the table, they're easily retrievable and they're not blowing off of the ship. Something fun for kids and kids at heart is a mini golf. Mini golf is completely free. They have a nice little station where you can grab whichever club fits you best, and a golf ball and scorecards. So you can go ahead and play a round of 18. If you are a risk taker at Daredevil like myself and my oldest son, we did the zip line. It was an absolute blast. You do need to be 52 inches tall to do the zip line and between 75 pounds and 300 pounds. They have staff there that will get you fitted for all of your equipment. You do have to wear a helmet and take off all jewelry. You do need closed-toed shoes and shorts. All of your clothing needs to be dry, so no wet swimwear. Keep that in mind when you're heading back there and be prepared, but it is so much fun. You get to soar across the boardwalk, 9 stories up, and it is about 82 feet long. So you get a nice cruise, and we had no line when we went. We had an absolute blast. Definitely worth checking out, ziplining at sea. So it's lunchtime and you're hungry. There are so many fun options. You can head to the Windjammer. A lot of people love the Windjammer. We personally do not. We try to avoid it at all costs. So our last cruise vacation we did. We never went to the Windjammer. So options for lunch. You can head to the Windjammer. You can head to the Royal Promenade where you can find the Promenade Cafe and Sorrento's Pizza, which is always a family favorite. My favorite place to grab a quick bite to eat is the Park Cafe located in Central Park. They have great roast beef sandwiches that they will freshly shave the roast beef for you, and then you can build your own salad. So you get a nice, refreshing, not too heavy lunch, so you can save room for the delicious dinner that you get later on in the day. They also had some pre-made sandwiches and wraps, which my kids loved. They seem to be the same pretty much every day. If you did decide to get the specialty dining package, they usually have one of the specialty restaurants or two open, so you could head to Chops. Azumi is usually open for lunch. If you choose to do an upcharge, they have hibachi. Again, this does cost extra. Or if you are a suite guest or pinnacle guest, you can head up to Coastal Kitchen for all of your meals, which is included with your suite stay. Now, after we have lunch, we usually take a stroll through Central Park to check for any ducks and hide some ducks. If you've never heard of this, it is just a fun cruise trend where people hide little rubber ducks. As you can see back here, I have a couple that I have found before, and we just have so much fun hiding and finding ducks in Central Park. After your little duck hunt, head back up to deck 15 and get yourself another ice cream cone. You deserve it. Let's see what's next after lunch. So we usually spend some more time at the pool. We love being out in the sun and enjoying the weather. Make sure to layer up that sunscreen though. And again, keep an eye on your Royal Caribbean app. It'll tell you all the fun things that are happening. They will have live bands and DJs out by the pool. They also have fun things like competitions. They have a women's cannonball competition, and a fan favorite for everyone on board is the men's belly flop competition. It is sure to make you laugh. If you've had too much sun or you want more sun but your kids are done in the sun, absolutely check out Adventure Ocean. Our 7-year-old loved going there later on in the afternoon after he had had enough of the pool and enough running around. He just wanted to play with some of his friends, so we sent him over to Adventure Ocean, where when we went to pick him up, he asked if he could stay even longer. He was having so much fun. They do an amazing job there, and they have so many activities for the kids to do that they don't want to leave. So it can be nice if you drop them off at Adventure Ocean and you want some kid-free time. You can head head up to the solarium, the adults only pool area, lounge area. They have some comfy lounge chairs there that you can just hang out and relax and read your book and enjoy the beautiful surrounding. So you've had too much fun in the sun and you're ready for some shade or some other activities to do. They have parades in the promenade, so keep an eye out for those. And you can go to the boardwalk and ride the carousel. Our son really loved to climb on the lily pads that are back in the back of the boardwalk. It's just kind of like a kid's climbing area. He had so much fun, made lots of friends in there, and they just kept climbing and having a blast. Speaking of climbing, and on deck 6, all the way in the back, there is a rock climbing wall. There are actually 2 rock climbing walls. They are 43 feet high. As far as I could tell, there were no weight restrictions or height restrictions. You do have to be 6 years old or older to do the rock climbing wall. And keep in mind, just like the zip line, you need closed-toed shoes and dry clothing on. If you are on one of the Oasis class ships, you have got to try out the Ultimate Abyss. It is 10 stories high on a twisty slide that takes you from the back of the ship on deck 16 down to deck 6. You get to ride on little mats, and it is not too fast or scary. It is a little dark in there, but we had so much fun. Another great option if you want to be indoors and in the air conditioning if it's too hot or you've just had too much sun, to go check out the card room. They have board games and puzzles and daily trivia for you to check out. They also have computers, so if you got the internet package, you can access the internet using their computers if you choose to do so. One thing that my family could not believe that we did at sea was ice skating. Yes, they have an ice rink on board and it is completely free. You do need to sign up ahead of time just to reserve your time slot, as time slots are limited and they don't want too many people out on the ice at a time. So yes, you can ice skate at sea. They have all the equipment that you need. There is always something going on the ship, so make sure that you check your daily planner on your Royal Caribbean app or on your cruise compass so that you can see and not miss out on any of the fun activities that you want to make sure to do when you're on board. There are multiple shows for you to check out between the ice skating shows, the Aqua Theater, the actual theater. There's usually music playing somewhere, trivia games going on. If you are bored on board a cruise ship, you are doing it wrong. There is so much going on and so much to see. I promise you, you will have so much fun. I know that we did. Your cruise compass or your Royal Caribbean app will also tell you what attire is for the night. We had a Caribbean night, a white night, formal night, casual night. We even had a cowboy night, so you can choose to dress up or not. Now for dinner, you have quite a few options. If you chose the dining package, then you can go to any of the specialty restaurants, but be sure to reserve your reservation times as soon as you get on board on embarkation day. You don't want to miss out and be stuck with a time that you don't like. So be sure to stop there first when you get on board the cruise ship. If you did not get the dining package, you can go to the main dining room, which my kids actually love going to the main dining room. They love ordering off of the adult menu and seeing all of the new fun foods that they can try. And they also like meeting the wait staff. They always are overjoyed to talk to the wait staff and joke around with them. We've had such great experiences with all of the staff on board Royal Caribbean's ships. And if formal dining is not for you, of course there's always the Windjammer, and they have food at the Park Cafe and at Cafe Promenade, as well as Sorrento's. Now something fun to check out that is fairly new in the past few years is a silent disco. They give everyone these fun headphones. You can switch between 2 different radio stations that are playing different music. They had a family-friendly kids option and an adults option. Both were an absolute blast. Our favorite thing to do is listen to the music, and then when you take your headphones off, you can just hear everyone singing along, even though there's no music playing out loud outside. What are things that I missed? What are your favorite things to do on board Royal Caribbean ships on a sea day? There are so many things to do. I am sure I missed a whole list of things. There's also an endless supply of food, so you will never go hungry. Let me know in the comments what your favorite things are to do on board the ship. That is all I have for you for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you found this video helpful or informative in any way, please consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video, as it is the best way to support our channel. Don't forget to check out all of our awesome cruise videos, including our Amazon Essentials, what to buy and what to leave behind. That is all I have for you for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on our next adventure.